How to feel more abundant and to have more abundance in your life. You can see life through two different perspectives basically. There's the scarcity perspective and the abundance perspective. Scarcity is when you believe that you are lacking stuff and everything you do or think is based on an emotion or is fueled by an emotion of fear. And abundance is when you believe that everything you need or want is already there, so you're happy and you're doing things out of love and not because you think that you have to. And so for everything that you're doing in your life, every action, every thought, and in every aspect of your life, you can try to evaluate where you are on this scale from scarcity to abundance. And basically, I believe that our life experience is just a complete reflection of who we are, and that we attract abundance if we have an abundant mindset and abundance beliefs. And it's the same. If you feel like there's a lot of scarcity in your life, chances are that you have a lot of scarcity beliefs. And so I'm just gonna give like a few examples of how I see myself shifting from scarcity to abundance in my life. And it is an internal like thing. It has nothing to do with what happens or what you do. It's more like, well, it's about your actions, you know? So a funny thing, like lastly in my life, since 2 months or so, I've started to drop and to stop doing a lot of things. So routines, a lot, but also seeing certain people, feeling like I have to do certain things, like in terms of like needing to be validated by people. And so for like 1 year, for example, I had been teaching languages on internet, and I decided to stop 2 weeks ago because I realized that the only reason why I was doing it still was because of the money. And so I was like feeling more and more confident in life, you know, trusting life more and more. And so I figured I'm just gonna fucking stop doing this because it doesn't make me feel better, and I'm prioritizing how I feel and not things because I think they're gonna bring results or money. And the funny thing is, since I stopped doing this, I've had a few opportunities of earning money, and these are opportunities that I didn't have in like months. Nobody like nothing showed up like this. And so these are opportunities that don't feel right for me. So people asking me, hey, do you want to do this? It's gonna pay good and all. And the emphasis is always on the money, which is really funny. And during the last like 6 or 8 months or whatever, or in my before, like in my life, I always focused on the money side. And when the money side was right, I was thinking, okay, now I'm gonna look if I like it or not, you know. And I mean, more or less, I'm also like more of a risk guy, so I like to do stuff that's just doesn't where I don't earn a lot of money. And but it's gradual, you know, it's a scale. And now I really don't give a shit about the money anymore. So I just say no to all of these opportunities because they didn't feel good, and I don't tolerate any stuff anymore in my life that doesn't increase my state of being, because it just feels it's not even brave or a hard choice. It doesn't feel good to me anymore. So when there are certain people that I don't like hanging out with, I'm just running away. I don't care. I don't like hanging out with them, and I don't force myself. When it's stuff like earning money and I don't like doing the thing, then I don't do it either. And I still have a job and all that I like, and the job is still fine, so I'm staying there. But I'm just dropping a lot of behavior that is actually ugh, sorry, scarcity behavior that I thought I had to do because of the results and not because of how it made me feel. And now more and more I'm trying to focus on what would be the action that make me feel good. So going to the sauna, going for a walk, going to the cinema, all sorts of stuff that doesn't even like um, it's not clear how this will enable me to manifest my dream life and be financially sustainable. Not at all. Like, I have no idea how I'm going to do it. I'm still living at my parents. I have a part-time job, and sometimes I feel the pressure of that because I don't want to stay here, and my parents want me to be financially independent too. But I just don't do the stuff anymore that I think is gonna be make myself financially independent if it doesn't feel good. And that's an abundant mindset. That's what I would do if I already lived the life that I want. I wouldn't, if I was already like making a living from my YouTube channel, you know, doing video products, maybe doing workshops or whatever, I would never go back and do stuff I don't want just because it pays better. Never, never, never. And that's how I think right now as well. And so this is, for example, for me, the money aspect. But you can apply that to each aspect of your life: relationships, health. What else is there? I don't know. And every time in each area of your life, just ask yourself make the list of all the actions you do, or just think about them and ask yourself, would I still do that if I already have like what I want? And if the answer is no, then you do it because you still have a scarcity mindset. And if the answer is yes, then that's an abundance mindset. And the reason why I'm bringing this up is that I believe that everything is energy, and if you want to change your life, you get to shift the energy inside from negative to positive, from fear to love. And that's how things are going to change. You got to prioritize how you feel, because the reflection then in your life is going to change. It's not going to change just if you force yourself to do certain things and you drag it and you're like, please, I need it. You know, that's creepy, that's needy. And if you get inspired by people who already made it, you're gonna see that they had an abundance mindset before all the success kicked in. And it's like for Jim Carrey, for a guy like a famous blogger called Steve Pavlina, for like a bunch of people. I just read like how they lived their life, and you always see that they start trusting life and the universe before good stuff starts to happen. And so that's what I'm doing in my life right now. I feel more and more abundant, more and more trusting. And there's just so much stuff I don't give a shit about anymore because honestly, I've worked so much on my presence, my awareness, and controlling my own state of being. And I feel that's the ultimate thing to do to be happy. And to trust the universe, it's to get control over how you feel and how you think more and more and more. And then you'll see that you don't actually have to worry about what you can't control. Focus on what you can control, because that's what you can change. And if you try to like change the reflection in the mirror, it just doesn't fucking work. It doesn't work because you've got no control over it. Besides through your own body, your own emotions, your own thoughts and beliefs. That's how I see it playing out in my life. So thanks for listening, and have an abundant life.